set, quiet on set.
What's up, world?
Welcome back. We here. I don't even know what episode this is. Like episode 24? 24?
It's a big one though. It's an important one.
It's about us, about what we do, where we come from, and what we're continuing to do. So it was a topic actually brought up by one of the members at the gym we work at, plug at T-Town Fitness. But she actually had like a curiosity as to what the walks of life were of people that went to that gym. Because this gym's known as being a CrossFit associate, like being heavy CrossFit, but there's also different, tiers of fitness there. We have HIIT class, we're getting some Pilates classes there, hopefully get some boxing classes here soon, yoga here and there, so there's a lot more to it. And with it, there's like so many different walks of life that come there. Like CrossFit might not be your thing. So her thing was like, why are you here? What are you getting from this? What's your next step? Like what is your fitness identity, I guess?
She was asking you personally.
Just in general, just broadly speaking. Like, this was going on in her head, this sort of curiosity of it all. And that actually sparked a topic about what we're talking about today, which is fitness. And if you saw her Instagram post, it's what we do and why we do it. Our philosophies, our stories that we have in the field, and like what brings us to this, I guess, So with that being said, you, my friend, what's your philosophy on fitness? Why do you do this?
Well, in the post you said it's a passion turned lifestyle, right?
Right.
And that's, to me, the first word that came was embodiment. And that's the true embodiment of what our business is, our company is, and what we strive to be every day. Better and better, truly living the lifestyle that we want. The one that we choose to create, the one that's going to make us the best, healthiest versions of ourselves, right?
Right.
And so my philosophy is, first, is life, man. Your number one responsibility in life is to take care of yourself. And what you were talking about, how people look earlier, like it shows your dedication. I have a friend that just posted something about that, Cole Taylor. He's a great trainer as well. He just posted a picture of himself and he was like, I love seeing fit people because it shows that they care. They care about themselves, they care about how they look, how they feel. Like, it's important. It's important to have pride in that. And that's not a vain thing, it's nothing else, but it's a recognition thing of the discipline and commitment that it takes to look good, to feel good, to be good, you know what I mean? Now I would say that it's not overnight, it's not one thing. So take your time, build up slowly and patiently, and master the basics. Master the basics, because that's all it is how do you move your body. You don't need a lot of weight, you don't need a lot of things, man. Just use your body, master your body, and then execute whenever you need to perform, whenever you need to take action. Like, you're able to do it, and you're able to do it with ease. I think that one of the most important reasons to be strong and to be fit is to protect yourself, self-defense, but then also to save other people in dire situations. If somebody's hanging, somebody's drowning, somebody's doing something, it's like, how can we help each other? How can I be in the best shape to lift a car off of somebody or do something, you know what I mean? So I think that's my philosophy, really. Practice, and it's fun. Enjoy the process, because it really isn't a sprint per se, but it's like, over time, what can you build? And build it the best that you can. Build that stability, build that foundation, and develop off of that, and then just keep going. Have fun with it. And that's what we're trying to teach and preach, is the balance. And how do you get balance is like realizing that you don't have to be crazy insane, but you do have to be dedicated and consistent. You do have to be intentional and on track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I would say that I think that sums up my philosophy a little bit.
Solid. Like where you're coming from. I like your insight, very passionate in what you say. And that's good. You can see it in how you present that information. You're passionate about what you do. And it's not just for you, it's for the betterment of the people around you or the people that you work with. Like, you're in this field not because you personally like to work out, you want to help others through fitness. That's your outlet.
Yeah.
Strong.
Because that's one of the number one ways. Like, people that aren't eating correctly, people that aren't exercising regularly, they're putting themselves in harm's way. the world has a health standard up here. America's is probably down here.
Right.
Mine is up here. Like, you should be able to do that. You should be able to take care of yourself. You should be able to challenge yourself. So everybody should be working on.
Nutrition certified too.
Yeah.
So now you get that cookbook out there.
Yeah. Coming soon.
They're just saying only the strong survive. But there's also saying the stronger you are, the harder you want to kill. Kill or be killed.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Self-defense, fighting, running. Bro, if you ever have to get away from something,
survival, 100%.
That gazelle running from a lion, bro, get away. Sometimes you're the lion, sometimes you're the gazelle.
You know, it just depends where you are in life. So my thing with fitness is it's the broadness that I appreciate about it. It's all walks of life, it's all forms, there's so many different styles of it, and like my thing is fitness is for everybody. There should never be an excuse that I can't do this, I can't do that, when there's so many different outlets to being fit. And not necessarily fit, like people have this idea of fit meaning like 6-pack abs, like super strong, super ripped. No, fit's about longevity. It's about your life, feeling better day to day, like getting all that gunk out and feeling like you're an actual human.
And that doesn't mean that you're gonna be sore. Right. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna ache and hurt, because you should. If you're pushing yourself, you should, because you're conditioning your body.
Right. And at some point, you're gonna reach that plateau where it's kind of like, you're gonna feel good about what you're doing. It might not be a plateau, but it's gonna be harder for you to get to that point where you feel ridiculously sore. People are like, "Oh, I'm not sore today, I didn't work hard enough." That's not true. Your body's just adapted to the stress you put on it.
Yep.
So you might need to find a new stress to stimulate that muscle growth or get what you're looking for.
Change up the tempo.
Which is great, right on time. Like when I first did the Bulgarian split squat, like I used to love working legs, playing football as a linebacker, had to be fast, had to have a strong bottom. So squats, lunges, whole nine, that's all I knew. First day I ever did Bulgarian, I was intimidated as I don't know what. I was like, what is this? What is this movement you got me doing? One leg back, other leg's down. Hated it, because it just tore me up. I felt it all just tearing here, tearing there, but like after a week of it, I got speed, power, stability, control, whole nine.
Where'd you learn that?
My football coach, high school coach Yanta. It was junior year, sophomore going into junior year during summer conditionings, and it was crazy. And then after a month of doing Bulgarian, now I'm doing Bulgarian with a plyo jump, driving that knee up. And that, you want to talk about explosive power, Bulgarian plyos. Check it out.
Yo.
But now that's one of my favorite movements ever, because I know what it's used for. It gave me that extra stimuli I needed that my squats and my lunges weren't giving me. And it adds a whole new component, which is, stability on that one leg. And you have your core engaged because you're working to keep your hips level. It's just so much more, and I'm not coaching you guys. It's not a workout video, so I'm not going to get into the cues of doing a Bulgarian. But for me, I love the broadness of fitness. I was an athlete in high school, played football for 14 years of my life, so I always had football training. But I've also done bodyweight training, I've done strict cardio, I've done boxing, yoga, bar, Pilates, cycling, rowing, because there's no one right way to do it all. There's so many different outlets, and you got to find what works for you, and you'll never know unless you try, So, did I say CrossFit too?
Yeah.
I said CrossFit. I've done CrossFit too. And it's just a matter of taking those principles and taking things you like from it, and then you combine that to you. It's your life, it's your practice, so no one can tell you this is the right way to do that, because everybody's angles are different. Like, yeah, there's a certain cues to get behind. There's a certain way that your form should look just by your body. But still, just because this person's going ass to grass on squats doesn't mean that you have to go ass to grass on squats. Your legs, you might have longer legs than they do. They might have better hip mobility. So just because you're not doing the movement to that standard doesn't mean you're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a broad field, and there's so many different ways to do it. So it's all about finding what you like, doing what you like to do, and owning that for you. Because it's your body, it's your practice.
Your style.
Your style, for sure.
CrossFit, talk about that a little bit, and then talk about what have you found that's your favorite training style. And like, what is your actual training philosophy then?
CrossFit. I like CrossFit to a certain extent. You know, I feel like some of it can be very dangerous, and some of it.
How come and what?
Just some of the movements. Like, you're getting people in here that haven't done a certain, like, if their whole life, like just walking into a gym, like, oh, I see what CrossFitters look like. I want to look like that. And I feel like that's where a lot of these just first timers come in and they have that vision in their head that they're going to get there. But at the same time, CrossFit's a sport. It's a professional sport. So it's like football. So I'm a football player, but I can't just go out for the Miami Dolphins and hop on their practice squad because I'm not a professional athlete in that stint. So it's a professional sport. Day in, day out, people are doing this sport. They're training for their sport, and their sport is CrossFit. And for the normal average gym goer or first timer, that's not like your standard. You shouldn't be reaching for that height because you might not get there because it's tough lifts. It's a lot of Olympic lifting, and a lot of Olympic lifting takes time and repetition to actually perfect. Like, I didn't do Olympic lifting until high school, and it took me 4 years of doing hanging power cleans before I even put 225 on the bar. Whereas some of these CrossFit workouts, you're prescribed to do a lot heavier weight. Or your strength day, you're shooting for a heavy one. But that heavy one or heavy three doesn't matter if your foundation's not there. And if you're just an average gym goer and you're not taking the steps that you need to build that muscle and build that foundation, you're gonna go out there and do a clean or do a snatch and just tear yourself up. And that's not good. That's not what you want. Because then you're gonna be intimidated. Or you're not gonna come back because you injured yourself that bad. So again, the patience of it all. And that goes a little bit in my philosophy is that it is patience. Like, it's a practice. And it's not overnight, like you said. It's day in, day out repetition. It's having a goal, but your goal shouldn't be 6-pack abs or 22-inch arms. Like, it's a good milestone, I guess, to shoot for or to have if you get it. But your goal is just to be better at doing what you do, getting better every day, getting better at that movement, feeling better with life, feeling better with your health, feeling better internally, feeling better physically. But it shouldn't be about a look, it should be about a feel. And then my style of training, it's kind of similar to CrossFit. So I do like the philosophy or like the foundation of CrossFit in the sense of quick, efficient workouts. You know, you don't need a full hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym. You come in, you do your WOD, you're good for the day.
Unless you're training for something specific. That's targeted training, that's specified. Once you reach a certain level, and what we're trying to get people is, people need to get up to a certain level. And then once you get to that certain level, then you're free to, then you can chase whatever you want, you know what I mean? But focus on your foundation.
Right. And then the rep scheme. Some of the rep scheme is really good because it makes for efficient calorie burn. It makes for efficient stimulus. It's a stimulus you're shooting for, not necessarily like a pain or a sore. It's a stimulus. You want to get your heart rate high. You want to get that blood flowing. You want to work those areas full body efficiently. And that's what I like about CrossFit too, that each workout's usually tailored towards full body. It's not the bodybuilding style, which I respect if that's your thing, of doing like chest back one day, arm shoulder the next day, legs the next, and then go through that cycle periodically. I've never liked that style of training because I'd be sore the next day of whatever area I worked, but then I have to wait like a whole another week or 4 days before I hit that area again, and I feel like I just kind of I get lost in that ladder process of building, only one thing one day. I'm gonna go in there and I want to work what I want to work. I'm gonna make sure it's full body. So I might do a leg day strength, but then when I go do my workout, I'm gonna hit full body with like mobility movements, whether it be a rep scheme or an AMRAP. I love AMRAPs, and AMRAPs is big in CrossFit, but with my style of training, I do AMRAPs, but I'm not using Olympic movements in my AMRAP. Or the rep schemes of counting down of 30, 20, 10, or counting up to 10, 20, 30. It's a big rep scheme in CrossFit as well. So I do tailor, like my workouts are tailored in that way, structured in that way, but they were already like that before I even started coaching CrossFit, before I even really knew what CrossFit was. So it's kind of cool to see how what I already had with my training intention kind of crossed over in a realm of something that already existed. So, that's always a dope feeling. But the way I train is HIIT style, but I incorporate a lot of strength into it. So I'll start with strength, and then I'll get into HIIT work, and I always finish my workouts with core. And if you come to one of my classes, I split it up into 4 quarters. So I do strength first, cardio second quarter, third quarter is HIIT, fourth quarter is core. So 4 blocks, and that's what we do. 6:30, Tuesday, Thursdays at T-Town.
T-Town, 202 South Lansing.
202.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. That's solid work right there.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good philosophy too.
Patience, man.
That's why I like working out with you.
Also, Everyday Fitness. If you guys are on our YouTube channel, look for that sub channel or sub. There'll be a playlist, I guess, on there. I'm still figuring out YouTube, so if I'm wrong, please correct me. But,
let us know in the comments.
Right? But it's going to be Everyday Fitness, and I'm going to start doing my home workouts. I got this new tripod for my camera, and I'm going to get this thing going with home workouts and fitness journeys and stuff like that. So Everyday Fitness, check that out. Under the Be Real, we'll be there. We also got some boxing coming too, huh? Mighty Joe.
Yeah. My dad was a boxer back in the day. He wanted to go pro, but family, other things and all that stuff. But he's been coaching us up, training us, and it's been great. And he's writing down some programs and getting some workouts put together and stuff. So hopefully we'll be bringing that to you guys on YouTube very soon.
Yep.
And then just stay tuned for that. That's gonna be fun.
JBA, baby. JBA. Just find that out later. Is
TBD.
TBD. But also, what I want to get into just a little bit while I still got the mic in my hand before I pass it back to you is one thing I really appreciate about what I do from a client sense and from people that I work with and seeing people, it's not necessarily appreciation of their external of how they look. Like, I appreciate a good physique, and I'll sit here and we'll just look at people and be like, we'll talk about their physique right then and there. Like, oh, they got a nice back. And like, we'll kind of like see what areas, like that's, being a good trainer is being able to see a body and see what's strong, what's weak, and like really see what's being worked together. Like seeing the body, but seeing underneath the body to see what's going on. Good trainers are able to progression, regress, or scale down movements based off their client with
ability,
a broad work.
current ability, or confidence.
Yeah. So being able to see and adjust during your sessions, but not only with an appreciation of an external, like what they look like physique, but the appreciation of what it took to get them there. That dedication, that discipline, that consistency. Like making what they do a lifestyle and not really shooting for this high goal of this, but appreciating where you are and appreciating who you're becoming and what you're learning from fitness and what you're learning from what you do to keep you active, keep you healthy. It's appreciation of discipline, consistency, and dedication. And like with that, I hope you guys are able to take in the appreciation of yourself and what you're doing. Like you have goals you set, you're not gonna reach those goals overnight, but you're also not gonna reach those goals if you don't appreciate where you are right now. If you don't appreciate where you are,
be grateful. Be grateful you're alive right now. Be grateful for that breath you just took.
All right. And if you don't appreciate where you're going, you're never going to get there. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Neither was that body.
Neither was that body.
Chisel away, man. Chisel away at all the non-essential.
Stay with it. Make it your lifestyle. Make it fun for you. Like if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to want to do it. And if you're not going to want to do it, what progress are you going to make? Wow. Damn.
I like that.
Damn.
So what do I do? A lot of people ask, what do I do? What do I do? I train people. I coach people. I toughen up their minds and their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think I change lives. I talk nutrition and habits from my personal experience, things that I've been through, and I motivate and I inspire. And why do I do that? Because education is important. Each one teach one. Pass it along. What have I learned? I've done more time in fitness than you have, so learn a little bit something from me. Like I'm not afraid to learn from anybody, I'll learn from everybody, but this is something that I specialize in, something that I take very seriously and I love, like I truly enjoy. Talk about passion, like fitness that's it, like that's it, just being fit. I wanna be able to provide assistance, and this is one of the easier ways for me to help out people. It's like point something out, see how they're training, to see if they're moving correctly or incorrectly, or what their mindset is, or boosting up their confidence. I like to be that positive figure. I coach a lot of kids, and one of the moms put it in perspective for me. Shout out to Kelly. Kelly is the shit. Kelly, but she was like, these kids look up to you, so like you have to be extra cautious of what you do or like how you're seen. You know what I mean? So it's just like being a part of a team and putting on that jersey. You're representing so much more. But now it's like if somebody is looking up to you, then it's like,
you're a role model.
Yeah, you have to be on your P's and Q's, and like that's a big thing too. Like that's something to be appreciative for. And then giving back, having an accountability partner. A lot of people just need somebody there that's gonna, hey man, are you taking care of that? Are you staying on top of that? And then it helps me. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. So the more people that I have depending on me for information and for inspiration, that helps boost what we're doing. That helps feed what we're doing and how enthusiastic we are. It's nothing better than having a student or somebody that wants to learn from you that they're just hungry. They're hungry for it and they're learning from you. They're listening. They're attentive. They're getting it. And yeah, man, that leads to my style, I guess. Like you said, training for life, training to be fit. It's not about, unless you're training for something specific, man, unless you're training to compete in something, which I highly encourage, but how do you feel throughout the day?
Right.
Inspiration. People that you look up to, you said maybe you'll never look like that, maybe you'll never do that, but you aspire to be like them. You aspire to have a frame, to work that hard, to dedicate yourself towards something. And athletes have been those people for me. Back in the day, man, I used to watch football all day, basketball all night. Like I just absorbed it and I loved it. And I was like, I can do that. And like that kind of helps push and motivate. So you have to know where you want to go. You have to know what you want to look like and what you want to be capable of, I guess. In competing. So after college and after being done playing football, I didn't really have anything to compete for. I didn't have anything that I was going at athletically, right? And now I found boxing. Now I'm falling in love with that, and it's like that's a spark even more to motivate me to want to train harder, to train better, to train faster, to encourage other people, and it also opens up my mind to other areas of training.
It's a whole new sport.
Yeah.
Because debuts coming soon. Amateur fights.
Because I get a lot of my training style and philosophy comes from football, from being in athletics and just straight up conditioning your body and conditioning your mind to get over it, to suck it up, to just keep pushing through and get better. Because you're gonna get better. The harder you go, the more energy you put into it, the more results you're gonna get from it. And the next time you go at it, you're gonna be able to do it that much more, and that much more, and that much more, and you just keep building. That's compound interest. People like to talk about compound interest with money. Bro, with your body, that shit is incredible. Like, what else can I do? What else can I do? And then you start thinking about like that, and it's like, why do I want to put poison in my body? Why do I want to put soda in my body or processed food? Your body is a processor. Let your body do all the work. Give it raw material. Let it do its job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to yell at y'all.
You need to hear it.
And like as a kid, like fighting is fun, but as a kid, man, I always wanted to be a ninja. So like that, I think that heavily influenced me, man. Always watching martial arts and seeing those movies and then trying to do those kicks and those jumps and different things like that, man. And then so I like training beginners. I like introducing people to lifting because the basics are so important. I really enjoy spending time with that because once you get those down, then you can do anything.
Right.
Once you get those down, you can do anything.
It takes you to a whole other realm of what you can do and what you're even looking to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it opens the door to so many different things that you can do.
Everything. And over that, I love working with kids because kids got the energy and they're ready to grow. And like seeing them get something, like teaching a kid how to jump rope or getting a kid like how to run a route correctly or anything like that, man, like that, it feels good. It's rewarding in itself. And I could coach all day. Like honestly, I think I could coach football all day. It's fun. Just throw the football around and get them running routes, and man. So that's what I would say about a little bit about why I do it and what I do. I feel like we do a lot more, but like that's coming.
Yeah.
The number one thing, my number one job is training, coaching people, inspiring people to get better, and to push myself to get that much better. I want to be somebody that other people look up to and other people want to be challenged. Not even like I don't know. It's like level up. Let's level up together. Let's all raise the standard. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I have a couple days that I'm offering for anybody that wants to join, anybody that wants to get fit with me, at least. Mondays at T-Town, I do a kids class, 3:30 p.m. after school. So if you guys have some kids there, me and Baylor will be there coaching them up. We got plenty of spots, plenty of space. That's more of a strength and not as much agilities in the gym, but more strength based, more teaching them how to control their body and how to move and build strength. And then Wednesdays at 3:30, same time, down at Veterans Park over here, I'll be doing sprints and agilities. Anybody that wants to come there and work on getting faster, work on running, anybody, I don't care what age range. Yeah, I train kids, but I train adults too. I train anybody and everybody.
If you want to train with your kids, he's good with that. So definitely bring that.
And then also Fridays, 3:30, you can meet me down at Veterans Park again, but we'll run up and down the river. We'll run around, we'll get a little distance run in. Okay, and then starting on Sundays, I love trail running. So Sundays, 9:30 a.m. Not this week, but next week, the 8th. I'll start that 9:30. I'll be at Turkey Mountain running some distance. All right, through the mountains, through the trails.
You should post that in your story too.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be plugging that. But okay, let's talk about fitness in general. Let's talk about like what are some lessons that you've learned
in fitness?
Yeah. In the industry, being at different gyms and different locations in different states and whatever.
Your style of training, you're not going to be everybody's trainer. As much as you want to be there for everybody, not everybody's going to be able to pick up what you're saying. It's an understanding, it's a communication thing, and that's one thing that when I first started working at T-Town that Chad always said. Like, you can say the same thing I'm saying, but you word it a little bit differently. They now get it because you said it, and that sticks with them. You know, and it's all about how they receive that information and how you present that information. So, same with everything in life. You're not going to be everybody's friend. You're not going to be everybody's trainer. And that's cool because it's such a broad field. So many people want different things. Like, that's fine. You're not going to be everybody's trainer. You're not going to be that thing for everybody.
It's a great lesson.
Also, patience. Not just with yourself, but with your clients. Like, you understand from a client too. Like, sometimes it takes them a lot to even get to where they were to even come see you. To even start scheduling sessions with the trainer because of where they've been past with their fitness journey or something that limited them to even be comfortable enough to go find a trainer. So not patience with just yourself, working out yourself, but with people that you're working with as a trainer. Because you don't know what their battle was. You don't know what they went through. And for some people, like I had one guy that was very anxious to even start. But once he started, he got his confidence. He started seeing the results. He started feeling a lot better. And that motivated him to embody all that, really be who he was. His energy started to show after that. You know, he wasn't as reserved as a person. He'd be the guy in class to go up and talk to new members. Like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Like, come on, you here working out? Like, that was great. Great feel. So, patience with yourself, or not just with yourself, but with your clients. Because you don't know what they've been through. And sometimes it's a lot harder for them to even take that step to get there. So be there for them, support. And then, biggest thing, nutrition. You can put all the work in the world. Don't mean not a damn nother if you don't eat right. Not a damn nother.
Simple nutrition. What is eating right? To you, what is eating right?
To me, eating right is finding your balance, eating things that you like, just don't, you know what's good, you know what's bad. Don't continue eating the bad shit.
Do that. Do it.
I mean, And look, cookbook coming soon. I'll have a little snippet in there. But stop eating. You know what's bad. You know what's good. You at least have an idea of it. So just don't quit the bad shit. Eat the good shit. But those are probably my top 3 that I've learned in the industry and that I would, put out there for other people. Basic to kind of pick up. Yeah, it's your body. It's your practice. Be strong with who you are and what you do. And take your time. Again, it's your body. It's your practice. No one can tell you the right way or the wrong way. It's what you do. People can help. People are always there to help. So take help too. Like, take it with a grain of salt, but actually, like, take a piece of it. Because if someone's trying to help your form, don't shove them off and be like, oh, you're not right. So-and-so told me this. Just understand it and then kind of process it as you want. Digest that yourself. Because some people really are just trying to look out. Not everybody's out to get you. Some people are really trying to help you based off what they've seen. But, yeah. What you got?
I like that. Time was my first one, but time goes into a bunch of things. Hey, put your time in. Like, it takes time. You took time to get to where you are. Now it's going to take time to get to where you want to go. So take your time. Be patient. Respect is the first thing I want to say. Respect. Respecting the space, respecting the gym, respecting the equipment, respecting everything, the people in the gym. Everybody's in there to train. Everybody's on the same team. We all want to be better. We all want to be healthier. So that should be a great camaraderie place, full of respect, admiration, compliments. I feel like I'm quick to compliment somebody because, like you said, like, you notice something. It's hard not to tell somebody, damn, like I notice your hard work. Like that, it shows. It shows. And then, like, also what I've seen working at different gyms also is like structure, I guess, form, policies, and all that, procedures. You want it to be like and I'm talking because I love where I train right now, but I can't wait to own my own place. And all I can think about whenever I go into a gym is, how is it going to run? How are we going to run it? How am I going to operate it? How are things going to go? And it's how can you optimize everything, right? And it starts with where you are right now. So it's like you want to take care of your clients as best as you can. You want to give them every opportunity, every chance, everything to help them make their goals become their reality. And so I think that's the number one focus is making sure that client is happy, making sure that client is getting everything that they want and need, and making it easy, making signing up easy, making walking it through easy,